Good morning. Today we are going to talk about analysis in our written responses. This is like the last sentence of your written response, kind of like your conclusion sentence that brings together multiple different things, but particularly when you have two sources that you are pulling from or two different texts. So, analysis, your definition right here. In a written response, the writer makes a clear connection between please go ahead and type this in, claim and both pieces of evidence, right? So there's three different things that you are bringing together at the end here, the claim and both pieces of evidence that you have already referenced in your written response. Right? And so in simple math terms, if this was a math equation, analysis would equal a transition word plus a restated claim plus a because statement. So please make sure you type in these notes here, just as I have done. Your because statement requires you to use that word because or something similar. And we're going to talk in a second what that looks like and what comes after the word because. All right? So if we're looking at an example, again, this is going to be different than your written response today. But the claim is inferences are used in both texts to develop the theme that love is more important than material things. So if that is our claim, right, our first piece of evidence comes from the gift of the Magi. Right, $20, said Miss Sofroni, lifting her hair to feel its weight. Give it to me quick, said Della. Right, so here is the evidence from the gift of the Magi that supports the use of an inference, specifically around the fact that love is more important than material things. Second, we have evidence from the poem Shoulders. No car must splash him. No car drive too near to his shadow. All right, so with these two pieces of evidence, I have not talked anything about explanation, but we are just focusing here on the bottom what it would look like to write your analysis, where we bring it all together in the last sentence of your written response. So I know if I look back up here to our simple equation that I do need a transition word to bring it together at the end. One that I typically use is therefore, but you could also use something like ultimately. Then if we look at the second piece, right, inferences are used in both texts to develop the theme that love is more important than material things. The second part is the claim, right? So you're restating that claim, right? And then you're going to include your because statement at the end. So I'm going to use the word because, right? And then when I think about this, I think about Della sacrificing her hair, right? And the father protecting his son from harm in this quote from Shoulders. And ultimately, both of these quotes, right, come together and support the fact that their love for someone else is greater than any material item, right? So, because if I put that together, Della, like I said earlier, please go ahead and type this in, sacrifices her beloved hair, and the father, whose name isn't given, so we're just going to refer to him as father, is protecting his son from harm, revealing the high value that both Della and the father have on love over material items. Okay, so when I put that together one more time, I'm connecting, right, the claim, which is up here at the start, and applying that claim, connecting it to both pieces of evidence to provide a conclusion sentence or an analysis sentence for my written response.